when I was down there, I had got an email to do an assessment. So I did the assessment or whatever. He watched the baby. I did the assessment. And I was just literally like trying to stay as far away from him as possible. And I wasn't, like, we didn't sleep in the same room. I slept in the room with his sister. He slept in his room. And shoot, I just was trying to stay away as far as possible. I wasn't trying to get no connection back with him. But one day, y'all, so we the baby had threw up or whatever. He had me come in there and I was cleaning the baby up or whatever. So he was like, man, this don't feel right. This ain't how it's supposed to be. We supposed to be a family. You my baby mama and you always gonna be mine. I don't know why you feel like you can just go up there and just leave me and it's just gonna be like that. Like, you mine. I don't know why. Like, I hope you know that you mine. And I'm like, I'm not yours. You for the streets. I'm not yours. How can I be yours when you belong to somebody else? Like, what? And he was like, nah, I don't even fool with her no more. Like, I could show you messages where I stopped messing with her. I've been stopped messing with her when you had left. I've been stopped messing with her when you had left. So he pulls out his phone, y'all, and shows me these messages. And I'm like, for real? For real? He was like, yeah, I ain't talked to her since you had left. I talked to her probably like 2 or 3 more times after that. But I cut out. It just didn't feel right. So I cut it off. And I ain't been messing with her no more. I let bro have her. I let bro have her because she a H anyway. She a H anyway. So then I was like, what about the other girl? He was like, man, Shawty, she back with her baby daddy. She back with her baby daddy. I was like, so you want me because they not messing with you. They not fooling with you. So now you want me. He was like, no, I always wanted you. You always been my man. You always been my man. So here I go. I don't know what it was about the main word. And I was like, for real? All right, we can try it one more time. So then I called my dad. And I was like, I'm not coming back. I'm going to stay down here. He said he ain't going to do this. So, y'all, I end up staying. And things was good. I ain't going to hold you. Things was good. We was communicating good. We was, going on dates. We was bonding with the baby, and I had got his job offer. I had got the job offer like a week later, so I felt like that was a good sign. So when I got the job offer, I was like, look, I'm not going to be staying at your mama's house. I'm not going to keep staying over here because I think that's why we keep getting into it, because there's so many people in this house, and you don't want to be here, so you going to other folks' house. So I'm finna just I'm finna start working, and I just be going to school. I keep going to school online, and I'm gonna just work, and I'm gonna stack, and we gonna get our own place or whatever. He was like, all right, I can't put my name on it because I lost that apartment when I had moved down here from Atlanta. And I was like, okay, cool. So I stacked my money. I'm working. I'm going to school. I'm working. He helping me with the baby. Everything is good. So we end up moving out of his mama house, and we had got a townhome. Talking about we got this townhome, ain't nothing in it. The baby room, she got everything she needs. She got a fully furnished room, crib, dresser, TV, toys, all the baby stuff. She got everything. She's spoiled. Us, we had a bed, a dresser. The TV was downstairs in the living room. We had a love seat, not no sofa. And we had dishes and food and stuff, but we was just buying stuff as we went. So we there, we vibing, everything was good the first 2 months, and I started noticing certain things. I started noticing he was coming home later and later, and I'm just like, what, you working more hours, or you like, what's going on? He was like, nah, I'm finna go kick it with my homeboy. And I'm like, okay, who? So then he's telling me somebody that I knew of, and I was like, okay, tell him. I said, what's up? So then he leaves to go to work. I'm washing clothes or whatever. So I'm watching his little chicken plant clothes, y'all. Them clothes used to stink so freaking bad. So I'm washing his clothes. I'm like, ooh, this shit stink. So I pulled the pants. Ooh, let me looking at my damn stomach. I saw y'all. So I pull up his pants, and it felt like some money was in the pocket. So I take what's out the pocket, because you can't wash paper. So I take what's out the pocket, and it's a piece of paper, and it's folded up, and it looked like an orientation paper, but on the side, on the back, it was a number. It didn't have no name or anything. It was just a number. So some said, self, call that number. And I was like, I ain't gonna call the number, but I ain't gonna call the number. And then I was like, call that number. So I was like, no, I ain't gonna call it. So then I called the number, y'all. So the girl answered the phone. I hung it up. And when I tell y'all, them walls hurt a mouthful. Them walls hurt a mouthful. I was in there. I know, damn. I know he ain't in my. I know he ain't in my house. I'm going in, y'all. So I'm trying to figure out a way to bring this up without him feeling like I was prying, going through his stuff and all this stuff, so there won't be no problems and he won't put his hands on me and all this stuff. But I couldn't figure it out, y'all. When he came through that door, I was like, so who number is this? You still on the same stuff? And he's like, man, there you go. You always doing that same. I promise you, ain't nobody messing with you. Ain't nobody around on you. And I'm like, yes, you are. What she work at? She work at your job too? That's my lead number. And I was like, oh, so okay, so that's your lead. He's like, yeah, I had to have her number, so if I was off, I can just call her. And I'm like, oh, all right, my bad. The girl called the number back. She called my phone back. And I answered. I answered the phone. And I was like, hello. She was like, hello, who this? And I was like, oh, I had the wrong number. She was like, nah, who is this? Because you sound familiar. And I'm like, what you mean I sound familiar? She was like, it's like I talked to you before on the phone. And I'm like, you couldn't have talked to me. Like, what's your name? So she told me her name. I seen that name before. And the name sound familiar, but I ain't heard it like that. So I'm like, nah, I don't know you. You don't know me. And I just hung up the phone. So time goes on, y'all. 2 weeks later, he had invited me to go to this little party with him. But he used to invite me to stuff on days where he knew I had heavy assignments. Like, that's what I felt. I was like, you always trying to invite me to do something when you know I got to study. I got to turn this assignment. So he goes out. Y'all, he didn't come back until 6 o'clock the next morning. It was a Friday night. He didn't come back until 6 o'clock Saturday morning. So you know I'm up. And I'm mad. I can't sleep. I'm just like, he really be trying me. Like, he really be trying me. As soon as he come through the door, I'm like, so where you been? He was like, man, you know I don't drink like that. I had fell asleep on bruh floor or whatever. And I'm like, on who floor? Because Saki was finna say shouty. Nah, I was finna say I had fell asleep on bruh floor. And I'm like, who is bruh? So he said his homeboy name, which starts with the SH. I ain't gonna say his name either because I'm not trying to name drop. So I'm like, okay, let me see your phone. So he was like, man, why you want to see my phone for? And I'm like, bro, let me see your phone. So then he shows me his phone. And the same number, I remember them last 4 digits in the beginning, but I didn't remember the middle part. I see the same number. So I pull my phone out and I'm analyzing. And I'm analyzing here and over here and over here. And I'm just like, stop fucking playing with me, bro. Like, stop playing with me. You just said this was your lead. So what you calling your lead for on a Friday night at 3 o'clock in the morning? What you calling her for? So he like, I thought I had left my boots over there. I thought I had left my boots at work. That's why I had called her number to see, because I know she had to work tonight. So I was trying to check to see if I had left my boots at work, because they weren't in my truck. So I take me a little stroll to the truck. And I look inside the truck. I'm looking up under the seat. I'm looking in the back under the seat. I look in the glove compartment. I look in the trunk with a little, the pickup part. And I go in the house. Stop playing with me. Where's the boots at? Where the boots at? He's like, she said I left them at work. I said, let me see your phone. So I snatched the phone out of his hand and I'm calling the number. So as I'm calling the number, she said, you ain't got enough. I said, hello? She was like, hello, who is this? I said, this the girl you just talked to yesterday. Who is this? She was like, well, girl, get off my phone. And hung up. I called the number back. And she like, what you want? And she like, put bro on the, she's saying his name, but I'm gonna say bro. She like, put bro on the phone, put bro on the phone. And I'm just like, what you need to talk to him for? Because I need to talk to him, because why are you calling my phone from his number? Why are you calling me from his phone? Like, you lame. She was calling me lame and all this stuff. Somehow, she told me that she had been in my apartment, and she told me, I said, if you've been in my apartment, what color is my comforter? Why she told me the color of my comforter and the pattern of it? Y'all, when I tell y'all, my heart was shattered and my heart was pounding, and I'm just like, you had this in my house, you had this in my house. So I hang up the phone. So then after I hang up the phone, I'm mad. I slammed the phone down. So this man grabbed me by my shirt like this. I'm talking about grabbing me real hard, like by my shirt like this, to pushes me up against the wall. So as he's grabbing me, I grabbed his stuff. When I grabbed his stuff, he let me go or whatever. So I let go, and why I ran up the stairs, y'all. I ran up the stairs. And I'm like, I'm finna leave. You can have all this. You can have all this. Since you had her in my bed, I don't want it. You can have all this. I'm finna go. I'm finna go. So as I go upstairs, why? Like, before he had came home, I hadn't gave my baby a bath the night before she went to sleep or whatever. So I still had the water inside of the tub, y'all. Yes, y'all. He threw the tub of water at me in the tub all together. So I'm on the floor and I threw it back or whatever. So I'm like, you know what? You can have all this. I don't want this. You can get the H out. You can get the H out or whatever. He like, I ain't going no MF for where. I ain't going no MF for where or whatever. Give my money back. Give my money back. I ain't going nowhere. Give my half on the rent. Give my half on the rent. I'm like, I'm not giving you nothing. I'm not giving you nothing because you stayed here for that time. But you can leave. You can leave. Go stay with that H. Go stay with that H or whatever. So we and him, we going at it. I'm throwing stuff at him, y'all. We made our way into the bedroom, and I called my mama. I'm like, Mama, please come get me. Please come get me, because this man trying to kill me. This man just threw a tub of water at me. This man got me in here. Like, the whole apartment is trashed. The whole apartment is trashed or whatever. So he's still in there, and I'm like, I can't do this no more. I can't do this no more. My mama's like, she on her way coming down. She on her way coming down from Atlanta to 2 hours away to where I am, right? So he's sitting there, man, I don't even know why. I don't know why I did it. I'm like, so did you F her? Did you F her? He like, nah, I ain't do that. She just gave me a little nada. And I'm like, did you F her though? You had to, because she said so you didn't get enough. So you had to, not to maga, you know what I'm saying? You had to have. So he like, nah, I ain't do that. She just gave me some nada or whatever. And I'm like, so I'm like, you brought her to my house. He was like, I ain't never bring her over here. I'm like, so how does she know what my comforter looks like? How does she know I ain't got no furniture? Like, how does she know all of these things? You brought her to my house. Like, that's, and I'm sitting there crying, y'all. I'm so hurt. And then, so when my mama got there, I was fed up. I'm packing my stuff. I'm bringing stuff to her car, and as I'm bringing stuff to her car, they downstairs or whatever. So he upstairs, he didn't want to be seen. He was shamed. So he upstairs, I'm going upstairs to grab stuff, and he crying. And I'm like, what the fuck you crying for? He was like, cause you finna leave me. I don't want you to leave me. I ain't mean to do none of this. I ain't gonna keep messing with that girl. Stop messing with that girl. I don't want you to leave. I don't want to lose my family. I don't want to lose everything. I don't want to lose everything we created. Please, I'm sorry. Please don't leave. Please don't leave. He started like grabbing, you know how they do. He started grabbing around my legs and hugging me and stuff on his knees, begging, literally crying, begging me. So I'm like, it's okay, baby. We gonna get through this. We gonna get through this. So then we go down the stairs, and I go down the stairs to try to let my mom know. So he follows me downstairs, and when my mama see him, she going in. Don't you put your hands on my baby. I should call the police. I'm gonna call the police on you right now. I see what's going on here. It's a mess. I can tell that you've been beating on my child. She got all these marks on her. She was just be beating on her. Every time I look around, you beating on her. You put your hands on her. And I'm like, don't talk to him like that. Don't talk to him like that. Y'all can leave. Y'all can leave. He didn't do anything to me. He didn't do nothing to me. Y'all can leave. Yeah, y'all ain't gonna be talking to him like that. So my mama looking at me confused. And she was like, you know what? I don't have time for this. So get your stuff out my car. So we get my stuff out of the car, and they leave. After they left, he hugging me and helping me put my stuff back or whatever. Talking about he ain't gonna do it no more. He's sorry. And he apologized. He ain't gonna do nothing no more. He ain't gonna put his hands on me no more. So then, I kid you not, 2 weeks to a month later, I'm at work, and I started to get sick. I started to get really, really sick, and I'm at work or whatever. So I called my mama. I'm like, I don't feel good. Like, my stomach been feeling real weird. I'm thinking I might be pregnant or something. But I'm like, I don't know, my stomach ain't been feeling right. I just don't feel good. So she was like, you might want to go to the emergency room when you get off over there. I was like, all right, when he come pick me up, I just go to the emergency room. So he come pick me up from work. And I'm telling him I had called my mama today, and I told her how I was feeling. She was saying I need to go to the emergency room, but I couldn't go because I had markings on me. So I didn't want to go to the emergency room with the markings on me. He's like, what else you told your mama? What else you told your mama? And I'm like, I didn't tell her anything. What are you talking about? So he gets upset, y'all, and he throws a can of Coke at me, and it literally got all over my all over the top part of the car. He hit the can at me. So I picked it up and I threw it back at him, and he punches me in my mouth. So as he punched me in my mouth, I hit him like this. So when I hit him like that, I knew he was finna do something. When he stopped that car at the red light, I got at the car and I just started running. We was close to my house or whatever, but I just started running. I don't know where I was running to, but I was just trying to get somewhere where it was a lot of people. All right, so y'all, I'm running. I run to the mom and pop store, and I run inside of it. But then he pull up. As soon as I see him pull up, I run out, and I go to the Family Dollar next door, and I just go up in there, and I walk around, and I come back out, and he's still out there. So when I come out, he outside the car smoking a cigarette. So he's like, man, get in the car. So I get in the car. I'm over there. I'm like, I get in the back seat of the car. I don't get in the front. I get in the back seat because I'm scared. So he drives me to my house or whatever, and then we go upstairs. I go in the bathroom. I'm just in the bathroom with the door locked or whatever. And he like, man, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you. Nobody gonna do nothing to you. I'm like, bro, I do not feel good. Look at my face. I need to go to the hospital. Look at my face. And he like, man, ain't gonna do nothing to you. I'm sorry, but I ain't even mean to hit you that hard. And I'm like, bro, I do not feel good. I was telling my mom I don't feel good. I need to go to the hospital. So he took me to the hospital, and they're in there asking me all kinds of questions like, what happened to my face? And I'm like, I'm not here for that. So I'm like, I'm not here for that, but I fell or whatever. But I'm here because my stomach been hurt real bad, and I just haven't been feeling good. And I don't know, something's wrong or whatever. So then they did a pregnancy test on me, and they also did they tested my lungs or whatever. They asked me a lot of questions like, have I been coughing? Because my when they checked my chest, they heard like a sound in my chest. So they checked my lungs. I ended up having pneumonia or whatever. So the doctor come in the room. She was like, ma'am, you can talk to me. Is everything okay? And I was like, yeah, everything is fine. So she wrote me up a prescription and gave my discharge papers that I went back home. So he took care of me, y'all. He took real good care of me. So I'm, he spoon feeding me with my busted lip. He going and pick up my CVS prescription. He taking care of our baby and all this stuff. Then I ended up getting better or whatever. The fact that I was out of work, my job only approved for me to be off for 2 of those days, but the doctor's note allotted for 7. So I'm thinking I could take the full 7 because my doctor's note gonna cover me, and my job can't just fire me. I work for a health insurance company. They can't just fire me. I had ran up some points because of getting beat and stuff. But anywho, long story short, I ended up going back to work after them 7 days. I took my doctor's note, but I got fired. So the fact that I got fired, he wasn't really helping me in that apartment. I ended up losing my apartment. So we went to go stay with his homeboy, and things just went left. I could not live like that. I was going to school. He was doing him. He was going out. I was just in that room. And he didn't put his hands on me in front of his friend or nothing, but I just couldn't do it. So I moved. I was like, I can't keep doing this or whatever. I'm finna go. I'm moving back home. I can't be living like this because you ain't trying to, you're not trying to really do nothing. So I went back and I went to go stay with my mom or whatever. So when I went to go stay with my mom, I was getting my unemployment. I was babysitting. I was doing hair. I was lit or whatever. We wasn't together. When I moved back, we basically mutually just broke up type thing. So it wasn't even no bad breakup. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it no more. So then I go back home, and then I went out. I want to say, I don't know. I went out sometime that weekend or whatever. So I was stressed out, about everything. I was missing him, and I was just like, this was crazy how everything had happened or whatever. So I went out, got drunk. I'm talking about me and my girls, we getting lit or whatever. Liqueur. We was on Metropolitan at Liqueur, y'all. We was lit. We was turned. So then we had all went to spend the night at my friend's house. Like, everybody was drunk, so we stayed at my friend's house. She wasn't even my friend. We stayed at my friend's house. And y'all was like, y'all, I ain't even got my cycle yet. I still don't feel good. I still don't feel good. Y'all, my cycle is a whole 2 weeks late. They was like, you probably just stressed. I was like, let's go get a test or whatever. So we went to the we went to the Kroger over there on Jonesboro Road. And I took the test in the park. Well, I took the test at the store. I held it. And we found out in the car or whatever. But basically, long story short, y'all, I was pregnant again. So I'm crying. I don't know what to do. I'm like, bro, I don't want to keep dealing with him. So then, they're like, you gonna tell him what you gonna do? I was like, I don't know. So I was like, I don't know, y'all. So what I had ended up doing was I had booked an appointment for Johns Creek Women's Center. So then I go there. And y'all, I don't know if y'all ever been to like them pregnancy centers, but they always talk. They pull you in a room and they tell you little options that you have. They give you another test, of course. And they tell you what options you have, and then they will, bring out the Bible. And when they bring out the Bible, like, I got baptized and all that, and I don't believe in like abortions or none of that. And this was before Plan B, y'all. So don't say I would have popped the Plan B. You wouldn't have, because it wasn't a thing back then, okay? So there wasn't a thing. It was either, lay on that table or lay on that table. You know what I mean? So, y'all, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I went home and I was crying. I literally was not trying to talk to this dude. Yeah, I missed him or whatever. But I literally was not trying to talk to him. Y'all, I was not trying to talk to him. But the fact that I was pregnant, I had to let him know. So I called him. He was like, I was hoping you called me. And I'm like, okay, well, I need to talk to you. He was like, yeah, I wanted to call. I was trying to talk to you too because I want to see my baby. And I was like, when you trying to see her? So he was like, I can come up there tomorrow. So I was like, all right, well, we got to meet, somewhere mutually. He was like, I'll take y'all out to eat or whatever. Let's go to Chili's. And I'm like, okay, cool. So we go to Chili's, y'all. I guess that was popping back. I don't know. We didn't have all these little nice stuff that we got now. So, or maybe we did and I just did. So at the time, let me give y'all a little update. At the time, this year was 2014 when I found out that I was pregnant. It was like close to the end of 2014. Like sometime when I found out I was pregnant. So, my baby was 2 years old. My baby Cash was 2. And I found out I was pregnant. So, we meet at Chili's or whatever. And he like, you look good. I'm like, thank you. You do too. And then, he over there sitting by his baby. And they talking, they bonding and all this. So I'm eating my food. He's like, what's wrong with you? Like, something on your mind. What's wrong with you? I know you. What's wrong with you? And I'm like, yeah, so I'm pregnant. He was like, you pregnant? For real? What we doing then? And I was like, what you mean what we doing? What you want to do? He was like, I want you to have my baby. So I'm like, I was like, I want to keep the baby, but then at the same time, I don't want to deal with all the extra that come with dealing with you. Like, you always put your hands on me. You always cheating. You always lying. You lie about everything. You don't really be there. Yeah, you take care of your baby or whatever, but you don't really be there. So he was like, I'm gonna take care of y'all. I got y'all. Like, I've been sending you money, right? And I'm like, yeah, but still, like, he was like, all right, let me come talk to my baby. So he came over and he touches my stomach and he down there and he talking to her. And when I say, y'all, my little cat said, meow. So then he was like, what y'all doing after this? And I was like, nothing, going back to my mama's house, I guess. He was like, well, let's go get a room. So we went and got a room. Y'all already know we did the love mega thing. We did what we did. And literally, like, he went back home. I was so sad. It was like bittersweet when he left, because I was just like, man, am I getting myself back into the same thing, or is he gonna be, what I knew him to be before? Like, I don't even know where all this came from. So he he was being a good dad. Like, we literally did this pregnancy. I stayed at my mama's house. He stayed 2 hours away, and he had just come visit every weekend. He came to visit me this time. I didn't go down there. He came to visit me, y'all. So everything seemed like it was good. He was sending me money. He'll send me $400 a week. If I wanted something, he'll send me the money so I can go get it. He was Western Union me like crazy, y'all. So we was doing good. Time went on. He bought gifts and stuff for Christmas and everything. Then Valentine's Day came. I'm talking about, I was so big, y'all. And I had just installed my little bundles. Valentine's Day weekend, yeah, I had installed my little bundles or whatever. And he had got me a car. He had came up for Valentine's Day or whatever. And I woke up, he was gone. And I was like, what the hell happened? So then he came back. He came back, he had this little bag. And it had a big card in there. And it had a bear and some chocolates and flowers. And I looked in the car. And I'm looking in the car. And then I look up and he on his knee, y'all. Then proposed to me. So I'm like, oh, I'm getting married. All announcing it on Facebook and stuff. Everybody like, yay. And then some people like, oh, or whatever. His little family like, oh. So then, they was sick of us, y'all. So then, anyways, so I announced everything and I was letting people know. I told them the day when we were playing or whatever. I didn't plan anything. I was just like in awe, whatever. I went and got my nails done. He had gave me the money to get my nails done, my toes done. Because it was getting close for me to have a baby. I had my baby in March. So I had a planned C-section. He was there. Like, he was being the best dad. He was being so supportive. And I had my baby March 11th. He was there. He took good care of me. I ain't have to cook, I ain't have to clean, I ain't have to do nothing. He was just there, he was working and just doing everything. So then, I don't like to go around nobody when my baby was the firstborn, because they have to get them shots so they can get around all the germs. That's just me being me. So I didn't want to travel going down there with a C-section. So I didn't want to go down there. I didn't really want to go back down there at all, period, because it was too many bad memories. So I was like, you can go down there and go see your family for Easter. He goes down there for Easter, and it's just me and my little baby. I was breastfeeding, whatever. We just enjoying our little time, watching movies. And I was like, I'm gonna call. I ain't gonna call him. I ain't gonna call him. He ain't called me. I didn't call him. Some just told me not to call him. And I'm just gonna let him enjoy his time with his family. I ain't gonna, be doing all that. He'll call me tomorrow, whatever, because I'm pretty sure they busy, because they always did something for Easter. So he goes down there. And then he came back, and then, he was just being him, being all lovey-dovey and all this stuff. And then time went on. The baby got a little bit older. I'm going to say it's summertime. So this was April, y'all. March, April, May, June. 2 months later, we playing a game on the phone with each other. He's sitting next to me. I'm sitting next to him. Like, we real close. We playing a game on the phone. So a number calls his phone, a little 706 number calls his phone. And I'm like, who that is calling you? He was like, man, that's my cousin. And I was like, all right. He was saying that was my baby that was my oldest child, Cash godmama, girlfriend calling his phone. And I was like, why you ain't answering the phone? What is something wrong with Cash godmama? So then he like, nah, it ain't nothing. It probably ain't nothing. I'm trying to play a game with you. I'm trying to play a game with you. And I'm like, okay, so we playing the game. So then the number calls again. I'm like, answer the phone. So he answers the phone. And it's a girl. She like, hello. So I hear the voice. I'm like, who is that? So he hangs up the phone. I'm like, why you hang up on her like that? He's like, man, she don't want that, she don't want that. So I'm like, okay. So the number calls again, y'all. So I'm like, give me the phone. I'm like, hello? She like, hello? I'm like, who was this? So she tell me her name. And this is the same girl, y'all, from the beginning of our story, the best friend that he told me I ain't have to worry about, that his mama said I didn't have to worry about also, that they just best friends. This is her calling. So I'm like, what's going on? She sounds like she's drunk. Oh, so you done got it. So you engaged, huh? So you act like you weren't just down here on Easter weekend, like you weren't just in my bed on Easter weekend, like you just came down here in that girl car and then you gonna go and propose to her? Like what is this? Or whatever. I'm just like, you ain't telling me nothing new, sweetie. He already told me this. So he looking at me like,
yes.
And I'm like, you ain't telling me nothing new. Anything else you want to tell me? Anything else? So then she didn't know what else to say. So I'm like, all right, well, thank you for trying to tell me, but we already done talked about this. So I get off the phone. And when I got off the phone, I'm looking at him, he looking at me. And I was like, I gotta go. At that time, you know, we was all cool. Him and my mom was getting along. He had moved into my mama's house. My mama had ended up allowing us to sublease her apartment. She was staying with her boyfriend because they was getting more serious. So she let us sublease her apartment. So I get to my car. I take my babies, and I went to my dad's house because I needed space. I didn't tell my dad them nothing. I didn't tell my mama them nothing. I just needed time to think as to what I could do. So I just left. Because, you know, previous experiences, I wasn't trying to cause it to be no fight or anything. So I just left. And then I go to my dad's house. So I had no watch Love and Hip Hop, and I seen this little scene. So I was like, say less. So he called me. He's calling me, trying to see what I wanted to do. He calling me, trying to apologize and own up to everything. And I get on Facebook, and I see it's like all kinds of drama, y'all. I'm talking about, it's all kinds of drama. So he not entertaining it. I'm not entertaining it. The girl done added me on Facebook. She just popping or whatever. All of my stuff just popping. So I didn't say anything. I end up going back to my mama's apartment. This gonna be the funniest shit ever, y'all. Y'all ready for this? All right. All right. So I was like, let me talk to you. So we put the kids to sleep or whatever. I had put on something real nice. I lay him in the bed. I phone. I had handcuffed him. And no macca. And I just start beating his ass. When I tell you I was beating his ass, y'all. I was beating his ass. So after I got done, found him up, I had slid it to the side, and I just started. I'm fucking dead. I had slid to the side, and I was, you know, going live. Yeah. And then I was just like, in my mind, I was just like, bro, either like it's to death do us part, right? So I just was like, don't play with me no more. If you do this shit again, I'm out. I'm not with you no more. I seriously mean this. Like, don't put your hands on me no more. Don't, them girls no more. Okay, so y'all, after, you know, after we got done or whatever, I laid it down real good. And he was like, take the blindfolds off. Let my arms go, whatever. And y'all, I said he flipped that thing and reversed it. He laid that thing down. So everything was like, after that day, everything was good. Like, we was good, we was getting along good, communicating well. The only weird thing that was going on was that I want to say that following week, I got on Facebook and I see a little drama going. It's him and his homeboy. They going back and forth about the girl that he cheated on me with. So I was just like, I called bruh, the homeboy, and I'm like calling him, trying to see what's going on, trying to see what like, why are they beefing about some female. He's telling me that him and the girl, they was talking, but I guess she cheated on him with my fiance, and they was supposed to be homeboys. They was supposed to be bros, so they was beefing over hoes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, not y'all, beefing over a pass around. And she still messing with her baby daddy too. Like, it was just too much. Like, y'all doing too much. Y'all need to just chill with all that. And he was like, man, nah, if that nigga, if that, da da da. And I'm just like, I gotta take up for my fiance. So I'm taking up for him. And then as I'm taking up for him, she in the background. And she trying to go in on me. So I'm just like, bro, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you about somebody that I'm engaged to. Like, you're losing. I'm just like, bro, you're losing, I'm winning. I got the man, you don't. So I'm just, that's my mentality at the time, y'all. So then I'm not going back and forth with the girl. I'm just like letting her say what she gotta say, whatever. And I get off the phone, and then when he get off work or whatever, I'm talking to him, I'm just like, why are you going back and forth with these folks about some girl that you don't even want? Like, what's the point? What's the point? Ain't she still messing with her baby daddy? And I was like, you know what? I'm finna screenshot all this and send this to her baby daddy. So that's what I did, and we ain't hear nothing from her no more. So after that, well, it was good. I'm gonna say that happened in the summertime, right? So y'all, I'm sorry. So it was getting to be August. So I'm driving us around or whatever. Normally he would drive, but I'm driving. So I get pulled over. So the police asking me, can I get your license? And I'm just like, all right. And they're like, can I get his? So I'm like, so I give them, I'm like, give me your license or whatever. He's like, man, they do. I'm like, nah, just don't do all that. Just give me your license. So he gave me his license, and I give it to them. They run it. This man got a whole fucking warrant in Fayette County, y'all. So then he gives me all his money and all his cards or whatever. And he goes to jail. And y'all know how the secure phone system work. Run it up. It just take everything, y'all. So I'm paying for the car. I'm paying for the house. I'm paying the rent. I'm paying the bills. I'm taking care of the kids. And I'm paying for the phone. And I put some money on the phone or whatever. So I'm waiting on my school check to come in because I still was not working. I was just going off of what he had. And I'm calling his job, trying to, push his job back and all this stuff so he can keep his job, so we can get him bonded out. But they kept pushing the court date back, so I kept having to add more money on the phone. So then he finally got a court date. His money that he had gave me was about gone, y'all. So the money that he had was about gone. And so I had to end up taking my school check and bonding him out with my school check. Some of his money and my whole school check, right? So he gets out. He's like, what the hell happened to that money I gave you? And I'm like, it's gone. So you just blew my money? You just blew my money? And I'm like, no, I literally did what I needed to do with it. Like, take care of the house and help get you out. I'm like, no, I literally did what I had to do with it. Like, pay for the bills and help get you out and take care of the kids. So what are you saying? Like, and I spent my whole school check on you. So how do I owe you? He was just like I owed him some money. I'm like, I don't owe you anything. So he started getting real disrespectful. I guess because of stress or whatever. But he started getting real disrespectful, calling me all out my name. My mama had done came back because her and her boyfriend was having some issues. So she had done came back and she was staying there too. So I'm in the room talking to my mom. I'm venting to her and I'm like, da da da. He calling me all this, da da da. She's like, he not gonna be disrespecting my baby. So she drinking. And when she drinking, baby, that Gemini in her come out. She go from Vanessa to Veronica real quick. So she was like, you ain't gonna be talking to my baby like that. And then I'm like, no, y'all not gonna get into it. She was like, he gotta get up at my house or whatever. So he was like, I ain't going nowhere. I put money on, I paid the rent. I ain't going nowhere. So we called the police. So police come, they trying to get him to leave. He wasn't trying to go nowhere because he paid money. He was like, I ain't going nowhere unless my money get good. You get my money. So my mama goes and she gets the money. Okay, y'all, so he's mad. Like, he's really, really mad. And when he gets mad and disrespectful, the next thing that happens is, like, he either gonna punch a wall, he either gonna punch you, he gonna do something violent or something destructive. So it's like you have to call the police. Not that I'm a police behind female or we police behind people, but it's like you get real violent when you get mad. So it's like we didn't have a choice. So yeah, we called the police, and the police came and they're like, they trying to just de-escalate the situation down. They couldn't really do anything. They were saying that, you know, if he received mail there, technically he would have to get a 30-day notice, you know, in order to be put out of the place. But he was like, he would leave if we get him the money. So my mama, she went and she got the money. So he ended up going to go stay with his cousin or whatever. So I guess, you know, we broke up. I really felt bad about the whole situation because I didn't want it to go there. I don't even know how he... Okay, so we ended up breaking up, y'all, off of some money and him being disrespectful, of course. So I got 2 kids now. So around this time, I'm gonna say it's about August, going probably early November, right? So we made it through summertime to early fall. We was doing good. Then it just wasn't working no more. So then we're co-parenting. He's getting my daughters, but every time one of my kids come back, she's always sick or whatever. So I was just like, you're gonna have to come up here and start visiting or whatever. So then he ended up coming to visit or whatever. And we was just co-parenting on some regular co-parenting stuff, not even nothing extra. And then we spent Christmas together. He didn't have no money to buy anything because he didn't have a job, so I bought everything, no problem. So then I'm gonna tell y'all something real personal. It might be helpful for somebody, but if you're ever looking for a job, you know, around the holiday season, you need a little extra $20 per hour, you know what I'm saying? Working at your own leisure. Post Pro Logistics do a little postal assignment. So boom, I was doing that. I was getting that bag. You hear me? With my little 2 kids. So Christmas was good. It wasn't a problem. So anywho, I had bought everything. And I was talking to this person or whatever. I was like, you know, liking her and stuff. And then ended up wanting to get me some meat. So it was New Year's. I was lit. He was finna go get the kids. So I was just like, I wanted some meat, y'all. Familiar meat. I knew it was gonna be good. So I was just like, let me talk to you in the room real quick. You know, macka. So that happened. And then he was like, oh no, I can't come out. So y'all know what happened. Your girl was pregnant again. So now I got 2 girls pregnant with my son, right? So I told him I was pregnant, boom. We started being back together again. And I was just like, you know, maybe we both need to be working. We need to have our own place. I found out that I was pregnant. I want to say February. I found out I was pregnant, y'all. Shortly after I found out I was pregnant, his mother passed away. God rest her soul. Yeah, his mother passed away, and he didn't take it well at all. He didn't take it well at all. And he just was never, he wasn't the best type of person to deal with, but he just was way far gone after his mama passed away. So I'm working with him. I'm trying to be there the best I can. I'm trying to, you know, pick up the slack. I'm trying to do all that I can to make sure we can work. No, we wasn't planning on getting married or anything, but we was just together for, you know, the sake of the kids. So we're working through everything. Since I'm pregnant again, I'm not working. He's doing everything. We only got 1 car. He's using the car to go to work. I'm at my dad and my stepmom's house with kids. So I'm going to school still, but I still got a long way to go because I had to stop to work. So I'm waiting on school to start. I'm back in school now. I'm gonna say it's 2016 at this time, y'all. So I had to be 22. Yeah, 6 years ago. Yeah, I was 22. So while we were staying at my dad's house, I had my son. I had a C-section, right? I had my son, and he was a real good dad, y'all. He was like, I was talking about, he was working his butt off. He was coming home. I was taking care of the babies. I was breastfeeding. I had 3 C-sections already, y'all. So that was my 3rd C-section. He was there. He was going to work, coming to the hospital, make sure I was good, make sure I had everything I needed. No, he wasn't doing the best, but he was making sure we was good enough to, you know, make it through. And after he seen his son, y'all, he worked his hardest to get us into that house. He saved. He worked really, really hard. We got our house. He was a housemaker. I was still going to school, but he was working. But then my car started messing up really, really bad. The alternator went out. He had a car, but his alternator had went out on his. So then we was just really using mine, right? I didn't even mention the car he had because he was mostly driving my car. But anywho, he did have one at one point. It started working. He had a truck, then he had got a Crown Vic. And you know Crown Vics are trash. I don't even know why people get them cars, but whatever. That's besides the point. But anywho, it started working. Then we moved, right? My car stopped working. So you know what happened when you ain't got a transportation to work and you live in McDonough? Lyft wasn't a thing back then. So he ended up losing his job and we ended up losing the house. When I was just only doing that and it was him working, he used to say little smart remarks like, yeah, like, what you tired for? You don't do shit all day. You don't do nothing all day but sit on your butt. You don't do nothing all day but sit on your butt and then want to drink by the time I get home. What you mean? I have your food ready. The house is clean. Why I can't have a drink with my man? But he used to be saying stuff like that to me. I felt that he was, you know, downplaying my position, my role as a woman. But that you told me you didn't want me to work. You wanted to take care of me. But you talking schmess. You're talking schmess. Y'all know what I really want to say. You're talking schmess, okay? And he wasn't cheating on me. He wasn't doing anything, but he was really verbally abusive. It was like he felt like he was doing everything and he had some kind of something over my head. He felt like he was taking care of me and taking care of everything, and stuff that I was doing at home didn't mean anything. But people fail to realize that when a woman is at home with 3 kids and your house is clean every day and your clothes is clean every day and your room, your clothes put up, you got a towel, a rag, your boxes and everything set on the side for you to just go. All you gotta do is go in the bathroom and take your shower and just throw the stuff on because I already got your stuff laid out for you, and your food is in the oven or your food is in the microwave waiting for you to just warm it up so you can eat, and you ain't gotta make no food when you get off. That's a luxury. I was doing my part. But he was talking down on me. He was downplaying everything that I did. I was in school. I couldn't work because of the car situation. But you know, that's what abusers do. They'll abuse you, and it don't always have to be physical. It could be verbal. And when verbal hurts, I'm a Taurus, so I don't know if it's other people like me, but I can only take so much but so long before I just can't take it no more. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't take it no more. Every day you come home, it's always something. You always got to say some little slick remark, and you want somebody to be happy. After you say that stuff, oh, I was just playing. You can't take no little joke. That's not a joke. You meant what you said. Stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? So I made sure we had Christmas. He had ended up losing his job because of the car situation, right? So he's stressed out. He's taking it out on me. He not even working, bringing in no money. All we doing is relying on my school checks. But you talking mess to me, and you talking down on me when I'm holding us up. I'm holding our head over water just this much. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing all that at this point. So Christmas came. I had to go to a foundation to get gifts for my kids that year, which I didn't mind. It was for the kids. I do what I got to do for my children. I make sure they straight. So yeah, I did that, and they had a great Christmas. But they only had that Christmas. After Christmas, we was getting put up out of there. We went our separate ways. At that moment, I was done. I was fed up. I was over it, y'all. I literally was over it. We broke up. We broke up for good. I'm not gonna hold y'all. It was for good. He went back to 2 hours away, right? But he ended up moving back up with his homeboy, because his homeboy stayed in the city. So he ended up moving with his homeboy in the city, and I was staying with my mom. I just went and got me a job, right? I had to stop school, just went and got me a job. I worked at a warehouse. I stacked. I got my credit up. I had that eviction on my credit, so I had my dad put an apartment in his name for me, right? Because that's what my dad do. He always saved me, you know what I'm saying? So I got us an apartment in Forest Park. So I got this apartment. Before I moved out of my mama's house, I was working at this warehouse. I was just a picker. I kid y'all not. I seen this lead position at this company called Lazadica. I put in for that, and your girl was the lead. Your girl was getting to the bag. I didn't care if I had to work 72 hours a week. I was gonna get that bag for my kids and make sure we straight. So boom, I did that. Boom, I had got me another car real quick. And go what? I just kept going up. I just kept going up. Anytime I stopped messing with him, I started elevating a little bit. So I got my apartment. We all moved in. So y'all, I stayed in Forest Park, and it's a rapper. And I didn't know this though. I really didn't know this. I didn't really listen. I used to listen to Lil Uzi Vert, Young Thug, Lucci, stuff like that. I didn't listen to like underground artists and all this stuff. So I'm walking. I'm talking about I ain't got no bundles. I ain't got nothing going on. I'm just walking. I'm going to take my trash out. I'm walking to my partner. Boy like, hey. I'm like, what's up? So I look young for my age. So he looked young, but I thought he was like maybe like me, like look young for his age type thing. So I never asked his age. So he was like, hey, let me get your number. So I gave him my number. So I'm like, what's your name? So he told me his name. I was like, that's your real name? He was like, yeah, he was like, yeah, that's my name. That's what they call me. And I was like, okay, cool. So we started kicking it and vibing or whatever. And y'all know I was working at a warehouse. So I had me a little night job. And I had this dude I was talking to. He was supposed to be my boyfriend. But it felt like he was really giving me like, oh, I only could talk to you at work type vibes. Because when we got off during the day, it wasn't no linking up. It wasn't no going on no dates. It wasn't no nothing. I barely even seen him outside of work type thing. So I'm doing me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you're doing you. So I'm doing me. Okay? I ain't got no ties with you. I ain't got to be loyal to you for real. If I ain't got no ties with you, I ain't gonna be loyal. So I'm talking to the boy in the neighborhood, and I'm talking to him at work when it's time to talk to him at work. So I started talking to him, and he was like, your house laid out. You the type of girl I want. You the type of girl I should be around. Let me take care of you. And I was like, how you gonna take care of me? I was judging him, y'all. He literally came in, had mismatched socks, had a hole in his drawers. He's kind of smelled like a closet a little bit. So yeah. The dude, when I tell y'all, he used to put that thing, and I thought that BD had that thing. When I tell y'all, when I reached outside, I ain't never want to go back inside, okay? I ain't never want to go back inside. So y'all, so he was trying to kind of get serious with me, but I was feeling like, bro, every time you come over here, you smell like a closet. You don't ever have no cologne. Yeah, it's good, you know, but be fucking real. That was how I was thinking. Be for fucking real. Like, you stay with your mama. How you gonna do for me? I used to be asking him like, what you doing today? Where you at? I just got done doing a video. I just got done shooting a video and stuff. I'm like, I'm thinking he one of the boys that be in the back like this. One of them. I didn't know he was the one doing this. I didn't know he was one of them. I'm thinking he in the back. You know what, hello. So I'm judging him bad. So he really liked me. He was cute though. He was fine. I ain't gonna hold y'all. He was fine. And the dude I was talking to at work, he was starting to act like he wanted to be more serious. He was like, let me take you out on a date. Let's do this. Let me come over. So he come over and stuff. And I'm like, my kids are here, but you can come over. So of course he come over. Y'all, hey, I deserve them years. I deserve my 3-letter years. You hear me? I deserve my H-E. Okay? I deserve my years. So, sure, we did it. We did it. And, my door was kind of broke. So, somebody had woke up. And we wasn't doing nothing then, but they seen his leg. So, my oldest child, I want to say she was in kindergarten. So, she had to be like 5, right? She was in kindergarten. So, she was about 5 years old, going on 6. She had seen his leg, but she didn't see him. I never introduced them yet because I didn't know how serious it was gonna be, right? So I had stopped it, redirect her to go to her room, right? And then I had to work, and something weird happened. BD called. He like, hey, mind y'all, let me tell you my work hours. So I work from 6:30 p.m. to 4:30 a.m., right? So I'm just getting home. It's like 4 or 5. No, it's 5 going on 6 o'clock in the morning. So I'm finna make them something to eat real quick. And shoot, go to sleep like normal. So I'm in there making them something to eat. He called me. He like, hey, I want to get the kids today. I was like, okay, cool. What time? About 3. And I'm like, all right. He real aggressive when he talking to me. And I'm like, all right. So then I'm thinking to myself, I'm just pack a bag after I finish making something to eat real quick. So I'm making something to eat. Why come I hear at my door? And I opened the door. I didn't even really, all I did was twist the knob. He pushes the door in. Look, go ahead and get my kids ready. Hurry up and get my kids ready. So I got the diaper bag. He like, I'm like, I already started getting Kyrie's stuff ready, you know. Here you go. So he going through it. Why he ain't got no t-shirt? Why my baby ain't got no sock? I'm like, hold on, here you go. Trying to get him up out of there because it was real hostile energy coming in. I didn't know what he was on. So he looking at me like this. And I'm just like, here the diaper bag. The kids, they ready. I put all that stuff in the bag too. So he takes the bag from me. And I'm like, all right, bye y'all. See y'all. I guess when they come back, I'll bring them back tomorrow. And I'm like, okay. So I see y'all tomorrow. So they goes and they gets in the car. So I'm finna go lay down. So I hear another doom, 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 doom at my door. He comes knocking on my door. And I get up. I'm like, what's up? So he like, my baby need a toy. And I'm like, go get them one. And you left them in the car? So I was like, I'm gonna just go down, go ahead and get them a toy or whatever. I'm gonna go down there and stand out there with them. So I goes down the steps. I stayed on the 2nd floor. I go down the steps. And the way my apartment was set up, it was like a slanted hill. And it was a little shed in front of the apartment building. So I go down the steps, and it's a sidewalk or whatever. So I go down the steps. And then the kids are in the car. He driving a Mercedes-Benz or whatever. So I'm like, y'all okay? All right, good. So I see him coming down the steps. So he looking at me like he mad, like furious, like. So as he's coming down the steps, I start going up the hill so I don't have to cross paths with him on the sidewalk. So he looking at me talking about, oh, scary ass bitch. And then he starts charging towards me, y'all. When I kid y'all. He starts charging towards me. And he grabs me like, well, I don't want to mess my chain up. He grabs me like this and pushes me up against the shed, y'all. Talking about something. My baby said you had a nigga around my kids. You had a nigga around my kids. You had around my kids. You had in your apartment. You had in your apartment around my kids. I'm like, get off me. I ain't never, like, why are you worried about that? Get off me. Get off of me. Let me go. Let me go. So I kicked him. And then I runs into my apartment. And I just closes my door or whatever. And then he gets in the car. And he hops. And he just starts driving off with the kids. So something telling me like, get your kids, sis. So I called the police, y'all. I called the police and I'm telling them what just happened. I'm telling them everything that he just did. And police come. Forest Park police came. And they're like, do you know where he is now? And I'm like, no, but I knew he was driving a Mercedes car. And they said they had just seen, they spotted one at the railroad over there. Yeah, so they telling me that they gonna be trying to get my kids back or whatever. They was asking me if he was legitimized. I'm like, no, he's not legitimized, and I feel like my kids are in danger because of what he just did to me, and they look just like me, y'all. So so bring my kids back. I don't need no babysitter that bad, you know what I'm saying? So then they spot him, and then he drives back. He brings the kids back. So they were able to see physical evidence, like right here and right here, of scratches where he grabbed me so hard. So of course he went to jail. He was driving his homeboy mama girlfriend car. Sounds crazy, I know, but he driving his homeboy mama girlfriend car. So she his homeboy mama comes to pick up the car, and she looking at me like I did something wrong. Talking about some, I know you ain't called the police on him. You just gonna ruin that man life. You just gonna ruin his life. And I was like, get your car and get gone. Like, get your car and get gone. He came over here and choked me. Like, grabbing me and stuff. So she gets in the car. She takes her car with her girlfriend car, and they go on about their day. So time goes on. I'm still dating or whatever. And the dude I'm talking to, why come he gonna tell me he got a situation going on and ask me for some money, and me with this big heart I have, I gave him the money for it. Never got my money back. So I started feeling some type of way, because now I'm not gonna keep doing stuff with you and you're not giving my money, and you're not even doing nothing for me. So what am I doing stuff with you for? So I just stopped messing with him. I just stopped messing with everybody. I just started to feel like I was better off. I had another neighbor. He always used to be trying to like take my trash out and stuff or whatever, and he was kind of handsome. So he was asking me like, when can I take you out? So I'm like, I ain't doing nothing this weekend. If you want, we can go out or whatever. He was like, all right, be ready at such and such time. So I'm ready. It's the day of the date. I'm ready. Let's go. So he come, knocking on my door, and we went out to this little pool hall. I don't know how to play no pool. I'm not about that life. So I'm in there. This man know everybody in there. So everybody's just like, oh, she's so pretty, she's so pretty. And I'm like, thank you, thank you. And then it's like everywhere I stood, I was in somebody's way. So I'm just like, bro, I don't even want to be here. It was like they were having like something about his Forest Park High School, a little reunion in there or something, because everybody was in there, knew each other. And I'm just like, bro, he was like, you ready to go? So we went to the rave. It's a vibe in there. I love the rave, but I had the wrong shoes on. So I had to go back home, and I had to change my shoes, and we went back to the rave. So the rave is in College Park, if y'all don't know. So we go to the rave, and we vibing or whatever. I'm acting like I'm his girlfriend, because I don't know how not to act like a girlfriend, because that's all I ever was. So I'm sitting on his lap, touching on his beard. I'm smoking hookah. I'm dancing or whatever, and he fed me or whatever. So then the day ended. So I live right here. He lived right here. So our buildings are next door to each other. So we get out the car, and I'm a hug, and I'm like, thank you so much for the date. I had a good time. And I started walking towards my building. Why are you following me? I said, what you doing? He like, I had a good time with you. I don't want our date to end or whatever. I feel like we got this little connection. So I wanted it to continue. And I'm like, what you mean? He's like, I just want to come up and talk or whatever. I'm like, all right. So we go to my apartment, and we sit on the couch, and we talking. And he started getting real close. I'm playing music or whatever, and I'm just like, inching away. As he getting close to me, I'm inching away. And he had like his shirt. He thought he was handsome now, don't get me wrong, and he smelled good, but he had his shirt unbuttoned or whatever. So I'm looking at him, and something was looking at me on his chest. And I'm like, I don't know how to hide my facial expressions, y'all. So I'm just sitting there looking, and it was like these brown flaky looking, and I was just like, your skin peeling? What you mean? I was like, cause it's like a little flake on your chest hairs. He was like, oh. And he did like this, and I seen like more flake. I said, oh. And then he was like, you got some nice lips. And I was like, thank you. So he said, can I get a kiss? And he starts leaning. He asked me, but he was trying to go for it at the same time. And then his lip touched my lip, and it smelled like slob, like a slobbed out pillow. And I was just like, I'm gonna go to bed. Like, I'm gonna go to bed. We we can try this again another time. I'm gonna go to bed. So I kicked him out, y'all. And I was just like, bro, I'm disgusted with the dating pool. Is this what dating is? I might as well stay with my baby daddy. Because what the is this? So then, y'all, the following week, I get a phone call from his family, right? They're asking me,